Hey guys, this is kind of part 2 of the first video for shaming. I have to tell you real quick something that happened last night here at my house. We had a huge thunderstorm and the power went out for, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours. And I put the video up of Beast being absolutely terrified. And I've been going into a flare for a few days. So I wasn't feeling the greatest, and you kind of feel kind of weak and just drained. And the electricity came back on, and I got a few things done, and it was like maybe midnight, and my knees and hips and shoulders were hurting pretty bad. So I went to put my blanket in the dryer just to warm it up for a little bit, because sometimes that helps. And I was carrying it in front of me, and Beast was laying in the hallway, and it was dark, and I didn't see him, and I tripped over him, and he outweighs me by over 100 pounds. So when I tripped over him, he scrambled to get up really quickly and knocked me, and it like flipped me up in the air and into the bathroom. And my head hit first on the door jamb, and then I kind of like, my shoulder caught me, and then I like slid down the door jamb. And I remember laying there on like a pile of blankets thinking like, what the hell just happened? And I must have screamed or something, because Beast was like all over me, like really worried. And I remember looking into his like big head and seeing like all these little stars all around him. So I guess to make a long drawn out story short, I tripped over the dog. I have a lump on the back of my head. I'm bruised from like head to toe, and I have a mild, just slight concussion. So along with that, I have a horrible headache. So that's what my night was like last night. I did end up running out to urgent care just because my head hurt so bad, and then like I kept seeing like these flashing twinkly lights and feeling like I was gonna pass out. So anyway, this morning I went outside and I planted 2 avocado trees so that Princess Sprout will have something to do when she gets here today. I can go water those. Okay, so this is officially now the start, I guess. Only 3.5 minutes in of the second part of the first video, which was on shame and guilting other people. And like I said, guilt is where you feel you've done something wrong, and shame is the feeling of being like unworthy or not good enough or unlovable, or like, with us, it's like we're flawed. Okay, so one of the things that happens with a chronic illness, and especially one where pain is involved, we can't do all the things that we used to do. And if you have kids or grandkids or friends and family, we feel shame that we can't do all the things that we used to do. So this video is kind of a video for parents or grandparents that have little ones, or kids in general, or I guess even your friends at work. But my thing is there was just so many things that I couldn't do anymore, and so I had to find things that we could do. Like, always at the end of the day, we would, all of us, come together and kind of explain our day and like our perception of it and how we would like things to change, or things could be better, or whatever. just a little family meeting. And, that was really important to us. And it was something that I could do because, I could sit. I could sit through it. Or they would come in and, get on my bed and we would all talk. But it was nice at the end of the day to just kind of touch base, and just reaffirm that love. And, but instead of focusing on all the things that we lost, there's a lot of dads out there who miss being able to go out and throw the football. A lot of moms that, we miss going to soccer practice or football practice or baseball or, ballet. And we just can't do it. It's just not always in us to get out of bed. Or, out of the house even. So the things that I did with my kids, believe it or not, we would color. We would color together. Coloring has been shown in studies to actually reduce stress levels. So it's actually something that is fun just kind of to do by yourself sometimes. As long as you stay in the lines, pretty much stress-free. Kidding, sorry. Crochet. I taught my kids how to crochet because it was something that we could sit quietly together and do. If your kids are at an age where you can read to them, one of our favorite books was Everybody Poops. It was the potty training book, but it was just so cute that everybody poops. And if they're older, have them read to you. Have them read a chapter a night. It's good for their reading skills. It's something that you can do together. And if you get the right book, it kind of draws you into that storyline, and you both kind of look forward to the next night. One of my kids' favorite books was To Kill a Mockingbird. And then, of course, later on we got into the whole Harry Potter series, but it was a good learning experience for them. Baking, I've always been an avid baker. Love to cook, and something that I actually miss doing since I went, vegetarian. But the baking thing, if you're not vegetarian, and I'm sure you can find, vegan ways around this, what I'm going to say next, but, you don't have to bake everything from scratch. Like, I always had to be the perfect mom and make everything from scratch. Breads, rolls, pie crust, everything had to be from scratch. But go buy a $2 tube of cookie dough, slice it up, throw it on a baking sheet, and have milk and cookies together. It's something that you can do together. And, there's a reward at the end. If you want to save even more time, roll it out on a pizza pan, the round ones. Bake the whole thing for 10 or 12 minutes, however long, until it's, golden brown, and use a sugar cookie. Take a pack of cream cheese, let it get to room temperature, quarter cup of milk, quarter cup of powdered sugar, mix it all in, spread it over the cookie like frosting. Cut up a bunch of fruits. I did this one year, and I made it into a rectangle, and I put blueberries in the top corner, and then did strawberries and just left the cream cheese, and made, lines. Well, it was the American flag. It was for 4th of July. Super easy, super fast, but something you can do together, and you can sit. So, none of us want to go for a walk. It's, number one, it's fucking hot here, but we used to go for drives, and it was nightlight time. We wanted our nightlight, and what we love to do is just drive around and see the lights of Vegas, or go out to the airport and watch the planes land. But there are really some really cool, places probably in your city or town too, where you can just kind of look out over everything and just sit. Some of our best, most, I don't want to say personal, but yet it was our best times were those conversations where it's dark in the car and it almost gives you like that feeling of anonymity or safety to talk. And some of our best times were in that car, just sitting and watching the lights and talking. And I could do it in my pajamas because my windows were tinted black. So there was a lot of times that we went driving around. And, of course they were kids. So when I had my Durango, I would, we'd go to Little Caesar's Pizza. They were cheap. And get a pizza and some Diet Cokes. And when we got to where we were going, we would flip the seats down the Durango and we would sit in the Durango and have a pizza party. And it's something that my kids, still talk about today, is those were great times. And it didn't cost much, and it was very little energy because I was driving, and it didn't hurt. So it was just like a few things, because that being ashamed when you're a parent and you can't do all the things that you used to do, it weighs on you. And it's just another stressor that you don't need. So that's kind of like, my ideas that I used when my kids were younger and growing up. And I thought maybe it would help some of you out there to kind of tiptoe back out into the world again. So I'm going to go lay down. I've got Princess Sprout in an hour. I don't know how I'm going to do this today, so I will see you guys later. Much love, you guys. I hope this helped some of you.